Let's do it.
Oh man, I forgot. Woo, man, I forgot. You better ask somebody. Man, the Skullcandy noggin thumpers are still on point. They are no slouch, man. These are a little bit dated now at this point, but they are no slouch. So this is the original Skullcandy Crusher wireless. Now the original Skullcandy Crusher, that was a wired headphone. Didn't even bother buying those. This is the original wireless headphone as far as the Crusher brand goes. They offered it in the white and tan, or white, tan, and gray, whatever they want to call this, and the black. I got the black one out here to remind myself to tell you that I saw that they have a new color out. I don't know if it's available everywhere. I looked on their site, I didn't see it, but it's green. Yeah, it's like this army green, man. It's kind of nice, man. It's kind of fly. I like it a lot. But yeah, this is gonna be my comparison of the Skullcandy Crusher ANC versus the OG Skull Crusher. No, wait, these are the noggin thumpers. I dubbed these the noggin thumpers back in the day, back in 2016. And this is the Skullcandy Venue, Skullcandy's first noise canceling headphone. The reason why I decided to do all these together is because, yes, I've done several videos on, shoot, all of these by now, but definitely these. And there are so many similarities, I decided to bring up all three in the same video and get this done. But let's take a look at what we get in the box. For those of you who are still considering the OG noggin thumpers right here, this is still a very solid headphone as far as I'm concerned, man. This is no slouch, and I would still buy them today if I didn't have everything else. I would still go for these because not only are they 150 bucks, I forgot how good they sound. I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. They do not sound as good as the 360s or the ANCs right here, but man, these things still pack a punch, a hard one at that, and they still sound very nice. This was my favorite headphone, like my all-around headphone for an entire year, man. I love these, and I just forgot how fun they were to listen to. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So what you're gonna get in your box is a 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter aux cable and a micro USB that comes in these two, or a USB-C charging cable that comes in here, because this is USB-C. You get a pouch in these. These cost $150. You get a nice pouch. This is my other pouch. The other one was gray on the inside. Actually, the ones that come with these are gray on the inside. I kind of switched them out, and there's your cable, pocket, and everything. I had mine kind of monogrammed because I'm bougie like that. But back when the Venues hit the streets, I think they were 180 bucks, and yes, you do get a case. I just noticed that this thing is significantly bigger than the ANC case. But yeah, nonetheless, you still got your Skullcandy brand right there. Same fabric, just different color. Open it up, and you got to slide your headphones in there just like that. So this is a pretty large case, although it is slim. So the slimness makes up for the width and the girth, I guess. But yeah, there you go for that case. And I've already talked enough about this case. I'm not going to talk about that one anymore just to save some time. So that's what you get in the box as far as cases and accessories and stuff like that. Now let's get these cases out of the way. Let's just get them out of here, man. They're cases. They're supposed to be treated like that. Don't worry. No cases were harmed during the filming of this video. So let's touch on aesthetics, build quality, and like button layout and stuff like that. Well, Skullcandy likes to keep everything kind of simple and stick with the same or similar kind of stuff. So we got these super tactile buttons right here. I like this tactile stuff, man. And I love the fact that it's a plus and a minus. It's like, even if you're just plumb stupid, you get it. Plus, minus, and multifunction. You have no excuses here. Then on the other side, you got your bass slider, and then you got your charging port right there, and then your 3.5 millimeter. And it's just simple. I like the way they kept everything large and simple. As far as this wire right here, a lot of people complain that they didn't like the wire. I guess they were worried about it catching on something. Mine never got caught on anything on either pair. And both pair lasted a very long time. I mean, they're still good to go. And I actually like the wire, man. It's just kind of like this, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I just like the wire, man. It's just this added thing. But it's okay that they've hit it now. I mean, I just didn't mind it. I actually kind of liked it. It just made them look kind of cool. But I like where they went with the cloth here and everything. On the black version, you didn't get that. But here on this white and tan, or gray and tan, you actually get that cloth. So it's just a nice added touch there. And I love the way these headphones are built. Some people say they snap, man. But as you can see, mine are still intact. As far as crickety crackiness, well, not much at all, not much at all. As far as comfort, there is a bit of clamping force right here, so you have to open them up, man. Just very carefully, just grab them right there and then just slowly start to bend just a little bit on both sides, because that's how I did mine, to get them to fit my peanut head and not squeeze too tight. But other than that, man, as far as like build quality and aesthetics and stuff like this, I still think these headphones look freaking nice, man. I wish Skullcandy would go ahead and kind of bring this color scheme back, because this was nice, man. But let's hop on over to the Venue. The Venue is where I feel like Skullcandy kind of might have let us down a little bit, man, with the build quality. These are not built like the rest of their headphones. Maybe the Hash 3, I think the Hash 3 and Hash 2 are built like this, but I don't like it, man. Now, I hate saying the word cheap, but man, after you feel these, you feel kind of cheap. And then you get this sound right here. I mean, it's kind of worked itself out a little bit over time, but yeah, we still got it, man. But that doesn't mean they're gonna break, or it doesn't even mean that they are cheap. It's just, you know, you put them in your hand, it just doesn't feel as good as the OG noggin thumpers right there, and certainly not as good as these $300 headphones right here. But nonetheless, they gave us ANC headphones. Now, as far as this button layout, they took away my plus and minus, man, and they just kind of put it all in this little neoprene thing right here. So this was actually, I did not enjoy this. I actually took these on a trip to DC for about, I think it was like 4 days, and I just, it was all right. It was all right. Once you get used to it, you know where your buttons are, but I would much rather have, you know, just a solid button or maybe a rocker, something just to distinguish where my finger's at, because when it's on the back of your head, you can't really see it. You gotta feel for it. And then you move over to the other side, and that's where you have your battery indicator and your power button and your ANC button. Now, I'm coming back to this button once we start talking about ANC in both of these headphones right here. That's it, man. You got your noise canceling mics on the side, and as far as build quality, like I said, it is just not the best Skullcandy has ever offered. But the ear cups are solid, man. They're nice and comfortable and squishy. These are not the original ear cups. I actually bought these aftermarket. I had some red ones. I decided to return them. I like this kind of bluish gray right here. They actually came with black ear cups, so yours are not going to come like this if you order these. Now, just as a refresher course, in case you have been skipping around on my videos and didn't watch them in order, the Skullcandy Crusher ANC has a very, very similar layout. So they went back to separating the buttons right here, but they are not plus and minus buttons. They are just circular buttons, and this one is kind of indented right here, and this one is rounded off. The other two are rounded off, the plus and minus. And they are mushy as hell, man. They are super mushy, so almost no tactile feedback. I mean, you get some in there, but it's not that same clicketiness that you get right here, where you just get confirmation that you didn't push something. Go around to the other side, you got your battery indicators and your mushy power button right there, and your bass slider, which works the same way. Which one do I prefer? Let me see. You got the kind of a dot right here, and then you got like this groove. You know, I won't take one over the other. They both feel good, you know, in their own right. I'm not going to say which one is better, because, you know, it's just a slider. But that's it. As far as buttons and stuff like that, you do have a function here, though, if you put your hand over here for 5 seconds. Now, I know Skullcandy's video probably says you got to put it here for 3 seconds to get your ambient sound, but let me tell you this. In the instruction manual, it says 5 seconds. And I believe that is because, yes, it takes 3 seconds for this to turn on, for the ambient sound to turn on. But by the time the lady's voice says ambient sound on or ambient sound off, by the time all that happens, it's 5 seconds. Now, if you're trying to trigger ambient sound so you can hear something real quick, this lady's voice talking over what you're trying to hear is not gonna work for me. So it's 5 seconds. It's written in the manual, and in reality, it's about 5 seconds before that lady stops talking, and so you can hear what you're trying to hear. But yeah, I really do hope they can fix that in an update and speed up that reaction time for that, and maybe eliminate that lady's voice, because it's kind of distracting when you're trying to hear something real quick. Since I'm on ambient sound, let's just go ahead and get into this ANC stuff when we talk about these venues right here. So as far as the venues go, the ANC implementation was pretty doggone good, man. I did take a trip to DC with these for about 4 days, and the plane ride and everything was cool. And we stayed in a hotel with a noisy air condition, and I like to do stuff like, you know, watch videos at night and stuff. And it blocked out a pretty decent amount of that noise from all the traveling I did and the AC. There's a slight hissing noise in here. It's slight, man. You can hear it, but it is not annoying at all. For some reason, the Crusher ANC has the same level of noise blockage, okay? It doesn't block out any more sound or any less sound than we have here with the Venues, which is good because this is solid noise canceling right here. So they're both solid as far as canceling out noise. My problem is, why is there so much hiss in these headphones? It's just like, I mean, it's just, It's just there. And while your music's not playing, you will hear it. Yeah, it goes away when the music's playing, but sometimes you might just want some silence. You just don't want white noise, you know? So maybe that can be fixed with an update. I'm keeping my fingers crossed there. But let's go back to the Venue and talk about this ANC button right here. I'm kind of wishing Skullcandy would have kind of stuck with how they implemented here. I don't like these buttons. I like the buttons here more, but as far as the functionality, I like it better in the Venue because the ANC turns on automatically. As soon as you power the headphones on both of these headphones, you got ANC rocking. But for ambient sound, all you got to do is press this button once and it is triggered on. There's no voice or nothing. You just start hearing stuff that you needed to hear. It is not 3 seconds, it's instantaneous. Here, to turn the ANC on and off, you double tap the power button, which is kind of difficult sometimes because when you have this on the back of your head, you got to get up in there and kind of, you know, angle your thumb in there and get that button because, you know, it's just placed, it's kind of crammed up in there. And then when you got this bass slider up in there, you know, it just feels a little bit more cramped. So for the ANC on and off, you got to double tap this button. That's not only mushy, but sometimes it's just a little difficult to get to depending on how big your thumbs are. And for ambient sound, you just hold your hand over the ear cup, which it's a great idea, but it's just not implemented well. So that would have been a good opportunity to just say, hey, you know what? We didn't do this very well. So let's just go ahead and just make this a single click on this power button, just like it is here on the Venue. Just one single click would have been fine. And then we got instantaneous ambient sound. So as far as the implementation of the ambient sound and noise canceling, I feel like they did it a little bit better in the Skullcandy Venue. So if noise canceling is what you want, this is definitely the better option, the Venue right here. But let's get back into the sound. I will tell you that my least favorite sound signature is the Venue. They sound great, okay? They sound great, but when you put them up to these two, they are last of the three. Like somebody has to lose this competition, right? Somebody's got to lose. So the Venues, as far as sound quality, they are dead last in this competition of three. And it's Skullcandy against Skullcandy, so it's all right. Nobody's feelings are hurt here, right? Right, guys? Right. Okay. So the Skullcandy Venue is last. It's good sound quality, and it works well with the ANC. You get some bass, but they don't get as loud as the Crusher Wireless or the Crusher ANC. So as far as overall volumes, you get is dead last. As far as sound quality, is dead last. I have to say that second place goes to the Skullcandy Crusher Wireless. Man, I forgot how good these things are. Oh man. So as far as the implementation of the bass slider, it took me back to 2016, man, when I first got them on my head and I was just like, ooh, yeah. I love these headphones, man. The sound without the bass slider engaged is kind of flat with a slight V, I guess you would say. It's got some thump to it, but it's not like bass boosted or heavy, I wouldn't say. But as soon as you add that bass slider, man, it just works well together, man. I forgot how well they implemented this bass slider in these headphones because, you know, we've had so much come out since 2016. But yeah, man, these still, they still hold a place in my heart. So the sound quality in here is nice. Now in here, I just prefer the sound signature here because not only do we have that app where you can just do your personal sound, even without it engaged, these just come with a much brighter sound signature. You get maybe a click or so in extra volume, and I just prefer the sound of these better. It's just cleaner. And as soon as you engage that bass slider, this is Skullcandy's absolute best implementation of the bass slider. You slide this thing up a little bit, you get a little bit of thump. Slide it up some more to halfway, it's probably gonna be perfect. You slide it up to 3/4, oh man, we killing it now. You slide it up all the way and it's like, ooh wee, man, ooh wee. Yeah, it's just done right. You get all the punch, you get all the boom, and it doesn't mess with the other parts of your music, like the mids and the highs and everything in between there. Best implementation of the bass slider done in the Crusher ANC. So as far as sound quality, I gotta give it up overall to the Crusher ANC for great implementation of the bass slider and just clean sound, man. It's the best they've done in this whole thing, man. I just really, really like it. Number 2, the OG noggin thumpers right here, and coming in at number 3, the Skullcandy Venue, man, as far as noise canceling and all that stuff right there. So there you have it, man. They're all 3 great headphones in their own right. but one has got to win, and yeah, it's the Crusher ANC. It better win, considering that it costs like double these and almost double these. I think these are about 150 bucks now. So yeah, it's double the price. So it better, it better be better than the other two. And it just feels better, better quality of a build and just better everything, man. This is like, I'm really digging these headphones. But that's enough for this comparison. Let's talk about my social media. Get up in there, man. Dig in those links and follow me on Instagram so we can hang out a little bit later. But before I go, make sure you come back tomorrow because it's Crusher week, baby. We're talking about these Crusher ANCs all week long, and I got 2 more videos I want to do for y'all. So come back tomorrow. We'll talk about these some more. And if you had a good time checking out this comparison, make sure you throw those emoji hands up in the comment section, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey, where you going? No. Sit back down. We got to talk about this. You didn't have a good time? All right then. Hit the subscribe button. There you go. Reach down there. There you go. And then hit the bell because you need to know when I'm opening up more new stuff. You got to come right back here and check this stuff out. Now, don't you feel like a better human being? All right. I knew you would. All right, man. I'll see you soon.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?